Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me. First up, I am speaking with an actress from Beetlejuice, the musical. That's right, Beetlejuice is coming to Broadway at the Embassy Theater in a couple of weeks. So today, I am chatting with their lead actress about the show and what to expect. Then it's Mental Health Matters with Viking Psychiatry. And today, we are highlighting a nonprofit organization, Whitley County Center, and the impact they are making on our community. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Get ready for a show that's wildly hilarious, a little bit spooky, and completely unforgettable. Beetlejuice, the musical, is taking the stage here in Fort Wayne in a standout performance, and I have a standout character who's going to bring major fashion and flair to all of the chaos. So joining me today is actress Bailey Frankenberg, who plays the iconic character of Delia. Hey there, Bailey.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Well, I'm so thrilled to chat with you, and it's so exciting that you will be joining us in Fort Wayne for this two-night show happening at the end of this month on April 21st and 22nd. Let's start off by just informing people about Beetlejuice. In case they haven't seen it on stage, what can they expect?
Oh, absolutely. So it's based upon the 1988 film that a lot of us are very familiar with. We have all the characters of Beetlejuice. We follow Lydia. We have Adam and Barbara Maitland. I played the role that was made famous originally by Catherine O'Hara. So It's a very massive honor for me to step into such big shoes. There's a couple little tweaks to the story that we've been able to take some liberties with in order to expand upon the world and expand upon the universe. But if you're a fan of the movie, I promise you'll be a fan of the musical. We have the types of fans that we have range from musical theater fans to people who are coming dressed up in full-on Michael Keaton, like Beetlejuice garb. It's amazing. The excitement that we get for this show is infectious. You can absolutely expect a couple of the original pieces of music from the film that we're really familiar with. The Deo song, we have Shake Shake Sonora. So there's a couple things that people are going to be really excited to experience that they'll recall.
I love that. Okay, so I want to know a little bit more about you and your acting background, because I know this is not your first tour. This is not your first Broadway show. You've been in several. So give us a little bit of history about your background.
Oh, yes. So I just recently got off being on the Peter Pan National Tour. I was very honored to be a swing for the first year on that. That's somebody who covers multiple roles. I was also a captain, so I was keeping the artistic integrity alive of all the movement in the show, from the dancing to the flying to the fighting.
Wow.
That also included teaching new cast members all of those elements of our production, which was really exciting. And then I was honored to step into the final 6 months of our tour full time as Tiger Lily. And I was able to represent my tribe, Cherokee Nation, in doing that, which was a big honor for me.
Yeah.
And I live mostly in New York City, and just very happy and excited that I get to live this life telling stories.
I know, that sounds so exciting. And that being a swing is so crucial. And I don't think people really understand that you have to know so many characters to be able to fill in instantly if someone, calls out. So how do you really prepare for roles like this one in particular? Because I know that your character is very high energy. It's a physical role. So how do you prepare to bring that liveness to the stage every night?
Oh, yes. I feel with Delia in particular, because there's so much of this character that I feel like I'm really bringing a lot of myself to. Like I'm kind of just like turning the faucet on my own personality and sense of humor, like up to, a 10.
Yeah.
And So it's fun to sort of lean into the technique that I've learned throughout my training of how, especially on the days where you're tired, like how
Yeah.
do you still make sure that you're doing your job and telling your story. But honestly, especially when it comes to this show, like once the show starts and like once I'm there, like however I'm feeling beforehand really just dissolves into the background, and I sort of just get to sit in the play, and the joy of what we're doing,
Yeah.
which is a really great gift, that doing the show can be medicine in its own way. And something interesting I'll say about like our swings, we have an incredible swing and cover team.
Oh,
And
wow.
what a lot of people won't know is that sometimes if a swing or an understudy are making their debut, it's their first time on stage, it might be the first time that they've done it ever, and it's the
Oh,
first time they've done it ever with all of us on stage. So what you're seeing live will be the first time these two people have ever interacted. It's the first time we've ever seen that joke land that way. And so we're also on the ride with you of
yeah.
seeing how this person is going to also tell this story, and like what our swings and covers are able to pull off and do, especially for this show, is amazing. Like
Yes.
I cannot rave about them enough.
Yes. Oh, that sounds so fun. Just being in that energy and you all just bringing your own personalities and work ethic to the show. I'm sure that's so exciting. Do you have a particular scene or moment in this musical that really stands out that's your favorite?
Yes, it's the opening of Act Two, where there are. I don't want to give away too much, but I
Okay.
will say that there are a riddle of characters on stage. We have a bunch of like Beetlejuices, and it's all of our ensemble, and they get to be their own version of sort of this like creature animated Beetlejuice.
Okay.
And everyone has their own flair about how they do it. But the talent of this cast is like it blows my mind, and everyone's ability to do character work and movement and dancing, it's my favorite thing to see in the show. There's acrobats happening there are these like people get their arms ripped off, like it's wild, like it's so much fun. But the first time I ever saw it, I was verbalizing. I was gasping. I was like, "Oh my God." And I got to see all my friends do this, and seeing them do it every night is just like I'm still blown away, and I've seen the show 100 times.
Yeah. Well, that is exciting, and we're super excited to welcome you to Fort Wayne for this show. What do you want for the Fort Wayne audience to take away from the show when they leave? How do you want for them to feel?
Yeah, I know that we're doing Beetlejuice, and a lot of people might come in with this like preconceived idea of like, okay, it's a Michael Keaton demon thing. Like, what really is this?
Right.
But something that that really gets me about this show is that there really is so much heart, and we really lean into what makes grief real, and there's a lot of themes about grief and death, which then parallel with how much we are able to celebrate life. And I think that there are a lot of things that we can really, really relate to in this, that we're all here on this experience together on Earth, and living life, and we
Yeah.
don't know what happens after death necessarily. And so I think being able to really get to our heartstrings with celebrating life
Yeah. That is beautiful. Well, thank you
and
so much.
laughing with some demons at the same time.
Right. Having quite the entertainment of the show on stage. For
We
sure.
got it all.
Good. Well, we're so excited to see you later this month. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with me this morning.
Absolutely. We're so excited to come to Fort Wayne.
Okay, thank you. And if you would like more information about Beetlejuice the musical, you can get your tickets now by visiting the Embassy Theater online or by going to the Star box office. Again, it's taking place on April 21st and 22nd. And I'll see you after the break.
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
It's showtime!
It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time. You've never seen anything quite like Beetlejuice. Coming to Embassy Theater April 21st and 22nd.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Hi, I'm Jessica Williams, host of Living Local 15, covering food, fashion, and everything fun in Northeast Indiana. Watch weekday mornings at 9 as we explore the community and I introduce you to some of my new favorite places. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams, weekdays at 9 on Wayne 15, and catch past episodes on wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Viking Psychiatry and Wellness. Welcome to Mental Health Matters. Today we are spotlighting a nonprofit making a big difference for kids and teens in Whitley County. Joining us are Dave and Shauna from the Center for Whitley County Youth, along with their sponsor and community partner, Sean Goddard from Viking Psychiatry. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Okay, so let's just start off by you telling me about the Center for Whitley County.
Yeah, the Center for Whitley County Youth is a nonprofit, and we are just an organization that works to promote youth development through service, outreach, and collaboration. I always like to say we try to provide a healthy space for students to come and try new things and be themselves and just have a safe place.
Yeah. And what do you think makes you different? Like, what is it about your approach that really sets you apart from other programs?
Yeah, great question. I think what makes us different than other programs is we are really in it for the long haul. So we offer programs for students from kindergarten to senior year of high school. And whether they are a part of our programs or not, we still like to follow up with them. We like to follow along with their story. If they need something from us, we try really hard to still be there, even if they're not a part of our high school program or middle school program. Just because you're not in our middle school program doesn't mean we don't care about your high school journey. So we continue to follow up with them and love them whether they're a part of our program or not.
Yeah, and can you dive deeper and kind of expound on what your programs are tangibly?
Yeah, so we have several different programs. I will let Shauna talk about it. She's definitely boots on the ground. One of the programs that we're starting this year, which I'm really excited about, is called Thrive 100. And so it's a 4-year program that teaches students just practical life skills. And at the end of each year, there's going to be an opportunity for a scholarship. And some of these practical life skills are anything from take out the trash to do the dishes 2 to 3 times this week without being asked. And then maybe eventually gets to apply for a job or change the oil on your car. And so as that progresses, we'll start to connect students with local community members that can help them with some of those projects. You know, maybe it's, I've never hung a picture on a wall before, but I can contact this handyman that's connected with the center, and he'll show me how to do it. And so then hopefully we start to build the community that way. You want to talk about some other programs?
Yeah, we have programs, like I said, from kindergarten to senior year. So a couple that I'm really passionate about are a middle school program. It's called After School Central, and it's open to 6th through 8th grade students. And that's when students can come in. They always get a healthy snack. They have homework help, so we have tutors that come in. We also have different activities that they can be a part of, such as cooking classes and art classes and STEM classes, really a very wide range. And we also have times for them to just play and be silly and have fun. And then after that, we have a couple high school programs. We have Ground Zero that's open to any high school student. And we also have After School Serve. And for After School Serve, you have to do an application. You have to get a reference. You have to do an interview. And when they are at After School Central, they are basically like our mini volunteers. And I always say After School Central, my program could not run without my After School Serve students. And they make it very clear that that is true. And they love that. So those are just a couple of our programs.
Yeah, I like that it's really just hands-on life skills, and you don't hear about it anymore. There used to be classes in school that really focused on it, like what, home economics, or like financial classes that you can actually like write checks and learn how to balance checkbooks and things like that. And that is a missing aspect now. So I love that you all are filling in that gap.
Thank
so
you.
tell me, how can community partners or people like local businesses actually support your mission?
Yeah, I love this question. So there's a lot of different ways that businesses and even individuals can support the center. There's always the financial side, right? So we're primarily funded through grants, but we also do a lot of our funding through individual donors and corporations and businesses. With that, though, we love when business partners can step into the building and step face to face with our students and actually interact. So we've had a few different businesses. There was one actually here from Fort Wayne that came in a few weeks ago, and I remember Shauna was telling me that all the students were so excited just to show, like, hey, look at this picture I drew, you know, look at the coloring I did. And they're just excited to show this new face that I can tell you care about me because you're here. And so we love that for businesses to step in and say, I care about you, I care about the young people and the local youth. And how can I do that? A lot of times that's just making eye contact and listening. Students need that. Adults need that, right? And so it just builds that confidence.
Yeah, and how long has your center been around?
We've been around, this is our 20th year.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about long term. Let's talk about just vision as you think about growing. How do you want to continue to make an impact with the work that you do?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think every student has a different story, and the center works really hard to be a place for students to land, whether you're the most athletic, the least athletic, have the most financial support at home, or even just support at home, or the least amount of support at home. And we want to be open to students from all of those different walks of life. So I think our long-term goal is to continue to provide students with programs that really do have an impact, like this Thrive 100 that we started. We started it because we saw a need of students not always having the support that they needed to know how to hang up a picture. Or my student had me call them 3 different times just to listen to their voicemail that they recorded because they didn't have a voicemail before. So things like that, just really being in the schools, being in the community, seeing what students need, and then if we have the opportunity, we try to meet that need through our programs.
And additionally with that, the students that we're pouring into and developing, I love telling people that this is your future neighbor, right? This is the person that's going to move in next to you. This is the person you're going to hire. And so that's who we're trying to build up and develop. And so that's why we just love to have that vision of a barrier-free access to things like mentorship and character education and opportunities so that the students can reach their full potential, right?
Yeah, and so Sean, let's talk about the fact that you decided to partner with this organization and be a sponsor. Why did you choose them?
Yeah, when we're looking at getting involved in the community, we really want to make an impact on mental health and long-term outcomes. And we know that when it comes to children, how important belonging is. You know, I just wrote a book, right, about belonging. And it's so important that kids feel belong, that they feel seen and supported. And we know that when kids have belonging, have love, feel seen, feel supported, long-term trajectories in mental health are significantly better. And so I thought, what better way to start making an impact in our community now and long-term, but intervening with the children who need it so much. And with the mission that they have going on, the amount of areas and counties that they serve, we could really have a widespread approach.
Yeah, I love it. This is great. Well, it's so good to learn about your organization. Shauna, Dave, Sean, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and if you would like more information about the Whitley County Center for Youth, we'll have their website listed below in addition to the website for Viking Psychiatry. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Viking Psychiatry and Wellness.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Do you want to know know the best places to go to eat and drink around Northeast Indiana? Well, join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15, weekdays at 9 a.m. as I take you inside of the best restaurants, new and old, explore their menu, and of course, mix up some cocktails. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Keep up with Jessica Williams on Living Local 15, weekdays at 9.
Enjoy fun in the sun on Living Local 15. Become a tourist in your own city. Visit your favorite spots and have some fun with me. From kayaking to rappelling off a building, I show you ways to have an adventure in Northeast Indiana every weekday morning at 9 on WANE 15. So join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams, weekdays at 9 on WANE 15, and catch past episodes on WANE.com. Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.